here's the next video, my next review. It's of a 2007 BMW GS. It's actually my old man's bike. He's actually just sold it and I'm taking it to the guy now. I thought I'd make this opportunity to get a video in because I'm away for 3 or 4 weeks in Canada for work, so the last video for a couple of weeks. I'll get it edited and uploaded before I go. The job sat in between two wagons. Is he trying to get out as well? No, he wants to stay there. Okie dokie. I'll let him out. Yeah, apologies for the audio today. I don't have a pin lock in the visor, so my visor has to be cracked a little bit. So you're probably going to get some more wind noise. Won't be doing a walk around of it. It's too cold to get off. It is the 10th of January. It's 0 degrees and I'm braving the icy roads. Don't fancy being stuck in his blind spot. But yeah, I've run about 45 minutes there of this bike. A few things I want to say about it before I forget. So first of all, the seat is really slippy. Like, I'm sliding back and forth. Try and move myself back a little bit, I just slide straight back down to the front. Yeah, doesn't look like close on the camera, I imagine, but yeah. So the seat is pretty slippy, which I don't really like that. Everything else is pretty good. It is shaft drive, so no maintenance and stuff. That's nice for some people. Not for me, because I think it's horrible. Bike is very agricultural, which some people like, some people don't. It reminds me of driving a Ford Transit, the old style at least. It's got quite a bit of punch, to be honest, but also it does die down quite quickly as well. It's not like a inline 3, inline 4 where you're screaming it and it's linear. It's sort of, to me, it kind of builds the power up and dies down quite quickly. You don't need to get it to the red line, but like I say, it's not what it's designed for. It's designed to be full of luggage and go 2 up, which it does amazingly. But yeah, he sold this bike, fancies a change. He changes all the time, so he hasn't had it long. Wind noise for me on this bike, it just kind of buffet my head. Like, I think the extended visor is not really set up for me. It kind of forces the wind to hit me in the forehead. When I'm about 6 foot tall, so maybe if it was either a bit taller or a bit shorter, it'd be fine. Overall, the bike's pretty comfortable. It's surprisingly torquey. Well, not surprisingly, it's a big old lump in there, 1200. This is his second 1200, because the first one he had for a couple of weeks and it blew up. Had a right hand side cylinder failure, which is quite common but also not that common apparently, but if it does go, it's usually the right side. It's cheaper just to buy another, but not cheaper, but money wise it was more efficient just to buy another bike. Now this one's been at the moon and back. It's on nearly 65,000 miles. So like I say, yeah, it's been around the block a little bit, but it absolutely rides fantastic. Not my bike at all, like not my kind of bike. I have had an adventure bike before and I like them. I think they're great for what they do and if that's what you're into. The handle surprisingly well for being a big lump of a bike. Handle's pretty great. Apologies again for the audio. I imagine you're going to get a little bit of wind noise because like I say, the visor's cracked up, but yeah, like I say, bit of punch. Not sure how much engine noise you'll hear there because it's a pretty quiet bike. Yeah, it's got a load of grunt, and you can pick these up now for between £2,000 and £3,000. Obviously they are higher mild ones and stuff like that, but who cares if you're you know, if it's been around the block a bit, chances are it's been looked after and stuff, and it's probably worth having a look at. Now, to me, I don't know, like if you can sort of push your money a bit further, I think the Versys 1000 is more my cup of tea. Now, I've seen a few of them on things like Facebook for maybe 5,000, which, don't get me wrong, is more than 3,000, I get that completely. But to me, it's a better all-round bike. I'll do a review of one of those shortly, probably February time when I get back from Canada. yeah, to me that Versys 1000 is a much more put together bike. Engine is so much sweeter, pulls so hard, and feels kind of like you're on a big naked bike. The way like the engine feels. Like this obviously doesn't inspire you to go fast. It can go faster, of course. I'm not doubting anyone's a fast rider on a GS. Been behind a few fast riders, but the bike doesn't sort of inspire you to do it. It sort of wants to sit there, speed limit, full of luggage, which I think, you know, if you're just pottering around, if you're going for an hour's blast, do you really care how much luggage you can carry, or do you want to have a bit of fun? Not that you can't have the fun on this bike, but it has its limits, whereas the Versys outshines it to me. But still a heavy big bike nonetheless, if you're going for that kind of style. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't the GS Adventure, so it hasn't got the spoked wheels. The Versys doesn't have the option of the spoked wheels, so if you're just like strictly a road bike, then yeah, I'd go for the Versys personally. Not that this is a bad bike by any means, and if your budget is 2,000 to 3,000, I'd definitely have one. But yeah, I'll catch up for you in a bit, get through this traffic. See ya. Yeah, so just got through a bit of traffic back there. It's pretty much strictly motorway, so the review isn't going to be top tier footage. But yeah, thanks for the feedback on the last video. Got a lot of good feedback, a lot of comments and stuff. I appreciate everyone subscribing and things like that. You know, I enjoy making videos, I enjoy riding bikes, so I jumped down a load of battery and I can't get it off. Ideal. Wind. Yeah, man. Might edit that out. But yeah, thanks for the feedback on the video and stuff. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna start making the reviews kind of a two-part series. Not two parts, but one review of the bike, me riding it and stuff, and the other video, separate category of playlist, like just raw onboard footage. I like both kinds of videos, you know. I like just watching someone have a blast on a road, and I also like people talking about bikes if I'm interested, so maybe they'll go hand in hand together. So for example, review 1 goes with raw footage 1, and then, you know, you might find the footage and go, oh, I wouldn't like that bike, watch me having a rag on it and going, oh, that's nice, maybe I'll read the review, that type of thing. Won't happen on this bike today because, like I say, the roads are freezing and the bike's sold. I don't fancy binning it. But yeah, if you're in the market for a GS, I would consider one if your budget's low. I think they're a great bike, loads of torque, stuff like that, but it depends what you want out of an engine. When you start getting more expensive, £4,000–5,000, like I say, I spoke about the Versys earlier, but also the newer GSs are out, the 1250s. I've seen them go for maybe 5 to 6 as well, maybe 6, 7s, but to me the engine is just not for me. I like the power to be linear and harder the more you rev it, whereas this, like I say, I'm not saying it's underpowered or anything like that, because, you know, it's a great bike, but engine wise, not my style. Now if you like twins, I mean, I know it's a boxer, but if you like twins and like sort of low end torque, then yeah, definitely for you, consider one. It'll go to the moon and back, and it's comfy. The brakes are pretty good actually, surprisingly. This is a 2007. It's got a few extra bits on, a charger, a sat nav, and heated grips and all that stuff. Good fun nonetheless, you know, great little bike if you're into that sort of thing. If you're a bigger person and want some more comfort and leg room, it's quite a spacious bike. I personally find the Versys comfier, but the Versys I rode was 2016 maybe, I think it was, so, you know, a lot of technology and progression since this one was made. But yeah, not going to do too much talking. Keep this review short and sweet because, you know, it's bad weather and I'm concentrating and stuff. I'll get a few videos out over the next couple of weeks, hopefully. But like I say, I am going to Canada for work, so I'll be pretty busy. If I can get a little bit of footage of me having a bit of a blast on this towards the end of the video, I'll stick it in. But yeah, catch you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the review. Not sure if it's on the right mic there because I quick recorded, but yeah, pulls pretty well if you go for it. It's suspension is very soft for me right now. It was bucking back and forth there, but it was fun. So yeah.